Hi, this is Kendall Peterson and I'm the Cash Whisperer. Today we're going to be talking about job market trends. You know, at the end of this I'm going to give you the opportunity to take the red pill or the blue pill. You'll see what we mean afterwards. But here's what we've seen. Well, first of all, we're in a new economy. Okay, this is not a down economy that we're in. This is not a recession or a depression that we're in. We're doing this in July of 2013, and this is the new normal. This is the new economy. There have been fundamental changes over the last few years that are here to stay, and they're not going anywhere. This is not just according to me. It's CNN, the Fiscal Times, other experts in the industry. And so if you think the job market's coming back, it's not going to be the one you're expecting. It's not going to be the one you're used to. If you think the skills you went to school with or the skills you went to school for are going to serve you in the new economy, you might be in for some rude awakenings. So I'm going to think about that. I'm going to let that sink in for just a moment. The first job market trend that we're going to talk about, the biggest changes that have happened, we've seen a lot of changes over the last 5 years. I think the next 5 to 7 years, where we're going to see the biggest changes of all. And my friend Randy Gage, he says that what everybody thinks has been safe in the past, that's the new risky. Here's what we're talking about. And Eric Worre says today, working for someone else is the most frightening place that you can be. So what's happening in the world, in the workplace, in the worldwide and in U.S., what we're seeing is layoffs. If you've been loyal to your company, you put your head down, you do what you're told. It used to be you were rewarded for that loyalty by the company. Today, not really. Even my dad, who's been a banker for 40 years, says there's no such thing as job security out there. When your employer hands you your paycheck and you take it from him, the two of you are even. You don't owe them anything and they don't owe you anything. And here's the issue with that is all employers know that, very few employees understand that. So, you know, the layoffs that we're seeing, as of this video right now, we're actually looking at a real unemployment rate of 20% in America, 21%. Now the government's going to tell you it's about 8, but the reality is there's a lot of people who've just stopped looking for work. And when you stop looking for work, they stop counting you as unemployed even though you don't have a job. And so, you know, if you've given your company 12 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years of your life, and you think they owe you something, yeah, well, you didn't give them anything. You sold your labor to them at wholesale, and they resold it to someone else at retail. So what we're seeing companies doing is they're saying, well, we could probably work on 80% of the people we've got, so let's cut down, let's do layoffs up, let's do 40% layoffs. We'll start with 60%. We'll selectively decide who we bring back. And that's one of the things we're really seeing. So layoffs, that's a trend for the future. That's something that's not going to go away, and companies are looking to do more with less people, which leads us to job market trend 2. That's working harder for less money. It's starting there. We're seeing companies asking for voluntary income reductions. We're seeing, instead of you working 40 hours for your salary, can you work 45, 50, 55 even? And then overtime? Yeah, no, overtime is a thing of the past. In fact, companies are cutting back and they're making people part-time now instead of full-time. And if you're a member of a union, your union's being told, you know, you ought to be just take this cut. Take this 17% cut because you ought to be just happy you've got a job. And if you don't take the cut, well, the company may just shut the plant down and everybody's out of work. That leads me to job trend number 3, which the entire world is sort of shifting to a performance-based economy. What that means is, I mean, at every level, they're not going to pay you by the week, by the hour, by the month, by the year. You're going to get paid by the unit or by hitting benchmarks, by hitting hurdles that you have to hit. And so if you used to get $50,000 a year, they're going to tell you, we'll give you 15 and we'll give you the opportunity to make the other 30 back, or to make the other, you know, 35 back, depending on what it is that you're being paid. And so you're going to get this little bit amount, and then they're going to give you the opportunity to reach these hurdles. And if you don't hit those hurdles, if you don't hit those marks, those benchmarks, you're probably not going to get paid what you were before. So your choice is to perform, to achieve, be all you can be, and then You have the opportunity for them to raise those benchmarks and all those things next year for the same amount of pay. So now you're going to be working even harder for less pay as you go along. When you become one of those people who decide you're going to achieve, though, you become a target inside that organization. The moment you decide to perform, you become a target. The person above you is afraid you're after their job. The person beside you is looking for the same promotion. They're looking for the same spot you are. They're competing for this just as you are. And the ones behind you, yeah, they're like the crabs in a bucket, and they're trying to pull you down. Choice number 2 is hide. Hide. Just hide. Hide. Put your head down. Don't speak at meetings. Don't offer opinions. And, unless you're going to validate what somebody else has already said. You show up on time. Don't raise an eyebrow. Don't let your name show up on any of the meetings. Don't be remarkable in any way. And hope that you get that 2 weeks vacation and they don't lay you off either. But there's a third choice. A third choice that offers you a solid business plan, global scope, a proven track record, success blueprints that are already in place, and yeah, you know what? It takes some hard work, but it allows you to do the work once and continue to get paid for that effort for the rest of your life. It also puts more control of your time, more control of your money, more control of your life. You can spend it with your kids, you can do whatever. See, I'm dressed in a t-shirt, I work for myself. I'm sitting out on my porch in an evening, I'm in the shade, I'm having a good time. Now that you know what the job market trends are, you can take the red pill and pretend that it's business as usual, or you can take the blue pill and explore the alternative. And it's an alternative that celebrates you. The more you perform, takes the limits off what you can achieve, and appreciates you the more you perform too. The choice is yours. I urge you to click the link below, go to info.eteampro.com. That's info. The letter E, the word team, TEAMPRO.com. info.eteampro.com. Let's see if we can keep you from becoming a victim of these job market trends.